Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for jumping on. I feel like there's a lot of people that aren't on my team on here. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Allie. I'm a double diamond. Maria and I became friends November of like 2017, I think it was. We became accountability partners when we were rubies. There was like a kind of like a push for rubies thing, I think it was. And we were both in there, and somehow we ended up
Yeah.
in the same accountability chat. And it was like accountability chat with like probably over 10 people. And then Courtney, Maria, and I just kind of all stayed in contact, and we still talk like every day. So I thought it would be fun. Maria like signs customers. I told my team, I said she signs customers out the ass with 100. I don't know what just happened. 100 BV orders. So that's why I wanted to get her on here. Um, so if you just want to start with your story and then just tell us all your secrets, tell us how you pull in all these 100 BV orders. But I do want to hear your story because I just love your story and it like makes me want to cry every time I hear it. So start with that and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So, well, my story is super long, but I'm just gonna try to keep it as short and as simple as possible. But for those of you guys that don't know me, hi, my name is Maria. As Ali said, we are accountability partners, and I'm a diamond leader now. But I joined in 2015, July of 2015. So almost 4 years into this business, but everyone's journey is so different. So just because maybe you just joined, or maybe you've been with It Works for a long time and you just never promoted yet. Like, just take me for an example, never give up, and your journey is not the same as someone that like promoted in like a month. So your timing, God's timing is perfect. So just trust God's plan, just keep going, keep pushing. As long as you're moving forward and not moving backwards, you're good. So just keep pushing. So when I joined, I was actually working two jobs, and I had another side, like a side gig. So basically like three jobs. And I was working at a bank, and then a few years passed, and I had my third child. I went back to work from maternity leave, and then that's when it just hit me. I just knew that I had to look for something better. We were struggling paycheck to paycheck. It was just really bad. We were getting backed up with the rent like crazy. My husband got into a terrible car accident, and by the grace of God, he didn't like he nothing major happened to him, so he's fine. He's alive, but it could have been worse. So he obviously, we were just depending on my income, and then we were already backed up on the rent. We just kept backing up and backing up, and I had already joined It Works, by the way, so I was already with It Works probably like 1 year in, but I was still like, I was just treating my business like a hobby more than an actual business. So then we ended up getting evicted, and we had to go to a shelter. And well, I'm from New York City, so if you didn't know, New York City rent is really expensive. You pay like 2 grand for like a little, like 2 bedroom shoe size apartment. So I mean, it was hard. Like, it was hard. We were at the shelter, and I just remember one time my baby, she wanted, well, Gigi was my baby back then, but now Lindsay's my baby. But Gigi, she was drinking regular milk already, because she was like 2 years old. So she was drinking regular milk, but she wanted to go to sleep with her bottle, and I didn't have milk. I didn't have My government assistance didn't kick in yet. I had to wait like a few more days, and we didn't have no money. We didn't have. I remember counting change to like, so that my husband can go and buy a gallon of milk at the grocery store, and we didn't even have enough. Like, we were counting pennies. We were looking everywhere just to buy a gallon of milk. And she ended up going to sleep crying in my arms. I just had to like snuggle her and like just hope that, like, that she would just like fall asleep. And I knew she was hungry. I knew she wanted her milk, but I had to put her to sleep because we couldn't, like, just didn't have the money. We didn't even have change, coins to get her milk. So um I don't want to cry, but so then after that, I just got on my knees, and I knew that I was sitting on an amazing opportunity. I just had to put in the work, like all the leaders, like everyone that you see saying, just put in the work, just put in the work, just message, just get out of your comfort zone. So that's what I did. I woke up the next morning, and I messaged 100 people. I remember I messaged Samantha. For those of you guys who don't know, she's suppressed. And I messaged her, and I told her I was going to get out of here. And I did. We got her an apartment. And like, I'm just so thankful for this business, because now a diamond leader, I was able to like not have to look for another job after I lost my job again. So now I work full time from home. I don't have to look for a babysitter. I don't have to worry about buying like, milk, because I make a full time income with this business, and those weekly bonuses are amazing. So yeah, I when I went diamond, I did mass enroll a lot. When I went emerald and diamond, and I've just been mass enrolling a lot. But lately, I haven't been enrolling a lot of loyal customers, but every single loyal customer that I have enrolled, they have been at least 100 BV or higher. So, like, I just want to, I guess, tell you guys like how I do it. It's not like, it's not hard. I mean, it's simple, but it's not hard, if that makes sense. So the first things first, like mindset. It's all mindset. So like, if you don't do personal development already, you have to, like, you have to do some sort of personal development. Do personal development every single day. Like, even on the days that I just don't feel like doing personal development, I still turn it on every single morning. I do not start my day without personal development. And the kind of things that I listen to is just, I just go on YouTube and I just type in either personal development or motivational speeches. I love listening to TEDx talks, Gary Vee, Mel Robbins, or like, if you're into podcasts, that too. I don't listen to podcasts, but I should. I'm gonna try that, but just YouTube is all I do. So I start my days with that, and
We just
then
started listening to a
I
not new
no,
podcast, but one that Caitlin and I have been listening to is the Gold Digger. So you can write that down if you're taking notes. Gold Digger. I think her name's Jenna Kutcher. That's what Caitlin. I kind of forgot about it. I listened to it a long, long time ago, and then Caitlin started listening to it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about her. So if you need to jot down a note before I forget to say it, Jenna Kutcher, the Gold Digger. Gold Digger, not gold. Gold Digger. Okay, sorry.
oh, okay. Got it. I did write gold. Okay. Yeah. So personal development every single morning, and then I make my keto coffee every single morning. So like, I mean, the loyal customers, the kind of orders that I'm getting is keto coffee, chocolate greens, and the Thermify X. That's all I've been selling all day, every day, to every single customer. But here's like the game changer. Like, I go into every conversation super intentional, with the intention of knowing that I'm going to help this person, that I am excited. And when you are excited and you show that excitement through the conversation, they will be excited. And they, like, if you, like, they just feel it. They just sense that you're excited. So they get excited and they just want to order, like, right there. And another thing is that I also stopped asking for budget. I used to ask for budget all the time, especially when I was going diamond and emerald. I used to ask for budget because, like, I didn't want to like step over the comfort zone. That's what I used to tell them. But I don't do that anymore. I don't ask them for budget, because you don't know how much a person is willing to spend on their health. So I don't ask for that anymore unless they tell me. So like, we start with those three products first, and then like, I explain the difference between, retail and I can send you, I guess, my walkthrough, Ali, and you can share with your team of how I compared the prices. But basically, like, I just saw them, like, for example, um what's it called, chocolate greens. So it's $55 retail or $33 for a month supply with my 90-day challenge. Now for the keto coffee, it's a little different. I leave that for the end, because I tell them there's a couple of options for keto coffee. You can either get a 15-day supply for $65 as a one-time purchase, or you can get a 30-day supply, 40% off. No, sorry, I'm saying this wrong. It's because I'm not looking at my phone. Since I'm using my phone, I'm saying this wrong, but I'll send it to you. But I offered them the buy three get one free, and they, most of the time, that's what they choose. That's what they go for. And if they tell me no to that, then I tell them, okay, but just keep in mind that if you get just one bag of keto coffee, you will only take it for 15 days or once every other day for 30 days. And they're like, okay, you know what? I'll do the buy three get one free. So that's usually how I get them back to the buy three get one free chocolate greens. And then after, I mean, we already talked about TFX, so I, like, they just throw that in also. So And they just sign up right away, like right there. Sometimes I do have to like put them in my planner and I follow up with them. But I noticed that like these high BV orders, I have not been having to follow up with them a lot, just because like right there, like I'm just super excited for them. We're talking about it, I'm responding, and we're just having a conversation, and they're excited and they just sign up. And then yeah, like I said, just keep it super simple. Do not overcomplicate it. Do not answer any questions I would not ask. So yeah, I ask some questions. So for example, if someone messages me, it's usually because of my stories, because I always make my skinny coffee, like I said, every morning. And then usually like I'll get a message like, hey, I've been watching your stories. That coffee looks so good. And if it makes me lose weight, then, like I would love to try it. I love coffee. Also, like this works even for like people that don't love coffee, because I'm not like a coffee. Before keto coffee, I was not a coffee person at all. But I did love hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate. So like obviously, like we know that when you mix the chocolate greens in the keto coffee, it tastes like a hot chocolate. At least I think that. So I tell that to like every potential that tells me I don't like coffee. And I'm like, well, do you like hot chocolate? They're like, yeah, I like hot chocolate. I'm like, okay, so you like this. And they do, because it does taste like hot chocolate to me. So it's usually like these three products for everyone. Like just everyone gets it, because even if they don't like coffee. And then with posting on my stories, you can get as creative as you want to. Sometimes like I go on Snapchat and I record it on Snapchat, and then like I make it go fast, like Speedy Gonzalez. And then just like mute the background noise and then just add music. And then other times I'm just like recording, how I make it as I'm talking about the benefits of the products. So as I'm preparing my keto coffee, I'm explaining the benefits of the keto coffee and the chocolate greens. And like, even though it's repetitive to you, like if you're growing your market every single day, if you're adding new people to your Instagram every single day, like there's new people that are always watching your story. So even if you sound repetitive, like, there's always someone new that's brand new to your page and have never seen that, but it just looks so good and it makes them want to ask you about it, especially if it burns fat. So that's that. Let me see. So yeah, I get most of my customers from them reaching out to me, because I honestly, like, I only send, and I'm not even lying, I only send at least 50 messages a day. I don't send any more. I mean, I try, but sometimes like I'm just so busy. Like with the baby, I have 4 kids, by the way. I don't think I said that, but I have 4 girls, and 2 of them are in school. One of them is the baby, and another one is a 4-year-old that she's also like a little wild. But I'm just like always busy also. So I try to shoot for 100. Can I talk? All right. So I try to shoot for 100, but if I can get out 50 messages, I know that I'll get at least one customer out of that. Even if I have to follow up with them, I know they will sign up, and I know that it will be worth the time following up with them and having a long conversation with them, because I'm being intentional and I'm being consistent in my story. So they're always watching it anyway. They're always watching my stories, so it's like it's always implanted in their brain. I don't know how to explain that, but like they're just, I guess I'm just always following up with them through my stories also. And then yeah, like as far as like where I work my business, 80% of my business I work it on Instagram. This month I'm trying to work on host a post on Facebook, so I'll be switching over to Facebook. But so far, like it's been 80% Instagram and 20% Facebook. So like, I mean, if you're already sending out like 100 or 200 messages a day, like imagine like if I can send out 50 messages and get at least one customer, like imagine if you're sending out like 100 or 200 messages a day, and for 100 MBV orders, like that's like a lot of BV. That's a lot of GV in the month. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if you have like any like particular questions, Ali, or
Yeah, I think you answered, like, you hit a bunch of mine already, so that's awesome. Let's see. So you already answered, most people come to you through your stories and talked about that. So how do you grow your market? Like, how many people are you adding, like, a day or a week, or what's your like schedule to grow your market?
Yeah, so I try to squeeze in like at least 3 power hours a day. So during those 3 power hours, I'm super intentional. Like I message like maybe 20 people an hour, 20, 25, 30, depending. And then I follow, like I set a timer and I follow for 5 minutes. And that's at the beginning of my power hour. And then at the end of my power hour, I also set up like, I mean, I go by timers. So like 5 minutes. So I guess I follow 10 minutes per hour, and I don't know. I really don't count how many people I follow. I just follow for 5 minutes, unless I get blocked. But I haven't been getting blocked lately because I do also interact a lot on my Instagram. Like I reply on my stories, on people's stories. I leave comments before I message someone. I make sure to like a few of their pictures. If I follow them and like if I follow them and they follow me back, I go to their page and like I leave a comment and I follow. I mean, I like some of their pictures. So I've been doing that, but I don't know, like as far as a number, I don't know how many I follow. I just know that I follow for like 5 minutes at the beginning of my power hour, 5 minutes at the end of my power hour. And I follow through my what's it called? The search, no, I don't know, like the first page on Instagram, the Explorer page. Yeah.
Okay.
So I go the Explorer page. That's what I use. I just like find like a girl, like a cute girl or whatever. So I go to her most recent pictures, and I follow people that comment because I know like they're more like active on Instagram. So I go to her comments, and then like I'll follow people that like obviously not like super random. Like I won't follow like a guy. I don't know. Like if you follow guys, then that's okay. But like I don't follow any guys. But like I'll just click on their profile real quick, make sure that there's nothing in their bio, follow, go back next. So I mean, it probably takes a little bit more time than I know some people just add. But like I click on their profile and make sure that there's nothing in their bio that says that they're with It Works or or any other like all this company, and then yeah.
I love that. I feel like I haven't been getting blocked from following either. Like it used to like stop you after like 20 or 40, but I feel like it hasn't recently. So that's good. And then my next question was, how often do you follow up with someone? And I know like this is kind of just for like newbies because it kind of just depends on your conversation, but like what's your kind of rule of thumb there?
I follow up I know some people follow up every day, but I follow up every 3 days. So, like if I spoke to them today, what day is today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'll follow up with them on Friday. So like every 3 days, if they for a month, and then if they haven't answered me like in a whole month, then I follow up with them like every 2 weeks, and then every month. And then like I just like I just keep, that's basically kind of like my pattern. But I know some people do follow up every day, but I don't. I follow up every 3 days.
How do you keep organized to know who you need to follow up with?
So I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this planner, but I have this planner, Day Designer. And I got it pretty late, but I love it. I love this planner so much. So let me show you guys.
Oh no, you disappeared.
Sorry,
Okay.
guys. I got a phone call.
Oh.
It's all right. So I love this planner because it like lets you plan your day. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see that, but it lets you plan your day by like sorry, someone's just blowing up my phone.
That's okay.
It's my neighbors, but I'll call them later. And then on my notes section here, like if I spoke to Ali today, I'll write her name here, like on the day that I spoke to her, and then like I'll go 3 days and I'll write her name again, and then I'll just put FU, so I know to follow up with her in 3 days.
And
So that's what I do.
FU if they don't order right. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that. Like follow up, FU, follow up.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't even realize that.
I'm just kidding. Okay, what's your favorite follow-up message?
It's so simple. Like, hey, their name, how are you? That's like how are you? Like that's it.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
And then they're like, hey, I'm good. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's it. It's super simple. Like sometimes like I'll use like something that like other like I'll ask like like what's working, like what follow-ups are working for you, then I'll switch it up. But most of the time it's just, hey girl, how are you? That's it. Or like,
And
hey girl, how was your day? Or something like that. That's
and
it.
I feel like a lot of times when you follow up like that, they just automatically are like, yeah, like tonight works to order. Like you don't even have to
Yeah.
really bring it up. It's not like you're like knock knock. Um, I
Yeah.
I used to kind of do like a longer
Yeah.
follow up, like, hey, I'm at my computer, I'm putting orders in, like blah 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 blah. But now I just say like all I say is like, hey, what do you think? And that's kind of the same thing. It's real simple, nothing frilly, nothing fancy, not long. It like pops up on their phone. It's easy to respond to. So yeah, I've had good luck with the short follow-ups too.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
Yeah.
And
Now,
then
if they don't answer to like, hey girl, how are you? Or like, hey girl, like how was your day? Like if they don't answer within like 2 or 3 hours, then I'll send them like like, I only have one spot left, do you want it? Or I've been saving this spot for you and like someone else wants it, but do you want it? That's when I'll like message them that kind of message. Yeah.
and let's see. My last question was, do you host post? I know you kind of said you were going to start host posting on Facebook, but have you personally had luck with host to post, or have you tried it out much?
Host the post? No, I am actually hold on guys, sorry.
If anyone has any questions for Maria, just drop it in the comments.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
You said host the post?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm actually working on it. I started working on it yesterday, so I got a few host to posts up already. Yeah, that's fine. So I got a few host to posts up already, but yeah, I'm definitely trying host to post this month. So I did sign up a 90 BB loyal customer today. It wasn't 100, it was 90, but that's because like I told, like I was like I kept telling her like, girl, you sure you only want to drink it for 15 days? Like, like you're gonna love it and you're gonna end up ordering more anyway. She's like, yeah, like like I'll just try 15 days. If I like it, then I'll order more. So I'm like, okay, fine. Otherwise it would have been more, but it was 90 BB.
And I also feel like a lot of people, like once, at least when I say I'm like, well, I drink it every day, or well, I drink the coffee with the greens, then they're more likely to order both the coffee and the greens. Cause I'm like, I'm just honest. I'm like, I don't really like the coffee without the greens. Like I have to add the greens in it. And then they're like, oh, okay. And if you're personally using the products, like just tell them how you use it. Like I drink mine every day and I drink mine with chocolate greens.
Yeah.
And I feel like that makes a big difference. And they see you have awesome results. Like I have my results now approved. And once you are doing this daily, because for you, it just seems like you sign these big BB orders because you're so consistent, and people come to you because you're so consistent on your story. And because you're so consistent, you like have the results to back it up. Like it's as simple as that. It's just like, and it doesn't have to be like coffee and greens. Like you can be consistent with anything. You can be super consistent with the collagen, hair, skin, and nails, and post about drinking your collagen, making your collagen. And it's not, I feel like we kind of look at big BB orders like, oh my gosh, but it's really not that hard. Just like stick with something. Because obviously I think we all sell the most of what we use the most. So just make a 90-day challenge for yourself, or however long you want to do. I don't know how long I've been drinking coffee and greens. And just pick something and run with it. And I feel like that's like why you are so successful, is because people see you like obsessed with the products, and then they're like, they trust you and they know you've been using it for so long. Let's see. I had some questions in here. Let's see. Jacqueline said, do you double message? For me personally, I will unsend and resend on Instagram. Sometimes I'll double message. I don't care. Like it doesn't like make me sad to double message people. What about you?
Yeah, I do too. I unsend and resend, like unsend and send a new message, and then I'll interact even more on their pictures so that they can notice me.
Yeah.
Like, hi, I'm
here. Right, like, hey, I like your shirt. Where's your pants from?
Yeah.
Yeah. also if I'm on Facebook and I see someone's active and they haven't responded, I started saying, like, hey, I see you're active on here, like, and then go on. And they're like, oh, shoot, they see me. And that's worked really well for me.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to read these, but they kind of get lost. Let's see. When are you going triple, Maria?
I'm going triple by summer for sure. Even before summer. What am I saying? Before summer.
So what's your initial cold message or like the gist of it?
It's that message that we have been using that Courtney gave us.
Okay, Maria and I have been using the same message. Me, Maria, and well, I think Courtney changed hers up, but literally since November 2017, and it basically says, let me see. Actually, it's saved in my. Oh no. Oh, here. It just basically says, hey, I was wondering if you want to be a 90-day product client for me. I'm looking for 2 people right now to use some health and wellness. And actually today, like literally just today, I changed this to health and beauty because beauty is like the category on our site now. So I changed it to health and beauty instead of health and wellness. And health and wellness are kind of the same things. I think you seem so sweet. And that part I'll change up. Like, I think you seem so sweet, or I like your page, or just kind of change it up there. I figured I'd ask and you would get a discount too. Could I give you more info? I used to end it with, are you interested? But I changed it to, could I give you more info? Because people are way more likely to say yes to info than yes, they're interested. When people say they're interested, they just feel like it's a commitment already. But I have so many people that are like, yeah, I'd love info. Instead of people being like, yes, I'm interested. Like, I feel like I just get a lot more responses from, could I give you more info? I like saying product client instead of like product model or like product tester, just because it just kind of sounds professional. And 2, model, people think it's free, and tester, people think that like it's like not legit, you know? So I really like the wording product client. But yeah, that's funny that we both still use that message from 2000, literally like that month, like November 2017. Let's see.
Yeah, me too. Same exact thing. Everything that you said, same.
Yeah, Cassie called me a crazy ex-girlfriend because I send people multiple messages and don't care. And then Maria, this one I think is for you. You said you do multiple power hours a day. Is that how you get the majority of your work done for the day, or do you have a daily schedule?
No, I don't have a daily schedule. I mean, mornings for sure, from like 6:30 to like 7:30 or 8, like for sure. And then I just answer messages throughout the day. And then once my girls are down to sleep, usually she's sleeping at this time too. And just today, she just so happened to want to stay awake with me. But like usually, like from now all the way until like 12, I try to stay awake. Those are my power hours. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right. Does anyone have any other questions for Maria? You can either put it in the chat or just unmute yourself. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Lindsay. She is the cutest thing. Hi, baby. You getting sleepy? What are you doing?
It's a new thing. She just started doing this.
Callie will still do her sup nod. She'll just like look at you and sup. I'll even catch her like this morning. She was laying on her little play mat and she was like looking right at this whale that was like beside her, and she's just like sup. Even if like Caitlin and I video chat, she'll like look at Caitlin through the phone and start supping Caitlin through the phone. It's so funny. All right. I don't think we have any more questions right now. If people do have questions, just feel free to message me or Maria. If you have a question for Maria and don't know how to find her on Facebook, then message me. I'll ask her. I think this was really good. I am not very good at big BB orders. This was super beneficial for me as well. So thank you so much for being on. Thanks for playing with us, Lindsay. You should probably go to sleep. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.